दर्शन हुए तुम्हारे, इसीलिए माता जी हमको दर्शन हुए तुम्हारे। ला 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 ला, जय माता जी। ला 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 ला। दूर करे तू माँ निर्मला देवी, हम सबका उपकार करे तू शांति सुख देवी।
दुखियों का दुख दूर करे तू माँ निर्मला देवी, हम सबका उपकार करे तू शांति सुख देवी।
शोर शरण में, सब धर्मों को छोड़ शरण में आए शरण तिहारे, इसीलिए माता जी हमको दर्शन हुए तुम्हारे, इसीलिए माता जी हमको दर्शन हुए तुम्हारे। ला 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 तुम्हारे शरण शरण लाता, भवसागर के दुख सुख सेवा पूर्ण पार होता। भाव को छोड़ तुम्हारे शरण शरण आता, भवसागर के दुख सुख सेवा पूर्ण पार होता। इसीलिए माता जी हमको दर्शन हुए तुम्हारे, इसीलिए माता जी हमको दर्शन हुए तुम्हारे। हुए तुम्हारे, इसीलिए माता जी हमको दर्शन हुए तुम्हारे, हमको दर्शन हुए तुम्हारे, हमको दर्शन हुए तुम्हारे।
Welcome to everyone. Welcome again for the another musical night with the meditation. And I'm very excited for every Tuesday. And today again we will have another special guest. Another Sahaja friend is coming, and I see many different names today. I would like to explain about today's program, why we do it, why we do music, and why we call the Sahajogis who started meditation many years ago, actually, because as you know, by the years we have more experience and we have many things to share with everyone. So it really really helps for us to connect to each other, to connect first of all to each other by heart, to connect to the knowledge of the divine with every each aspect in the collective level. And another thing is actually when the Sahajogis sharing their experience in Sahaj journeys, it really helps for us for understanding in our within and sometimes without. Maybe sometimes we are looking the same seeking, maybe we were looking the same question to find the answer, but we find the answer through to that yogi's journey, and then we get the solution. And it really helps for us this type of meetings to call all the special Sahajogis who has different journeys, different experience, different sometimes different miracles, and but it is which is the absolute truth. And the main thing is actually to achieve how we are trying to achieve within us in collective level. Another thing is absolute truth and absolute joy within us. And so what we do after we welcome to such a friend, and I like to always ask whoever is joining if they can lead the meditation, because each time every Sahajogis have different of course they put their heart, their vibrations, and it's beautiful to exchange these vibrations from the different yogis when they lead the meditation. And then of course when they bring their music with different instrument or with their songs, and it opens the heart and it brings lots of vibrations. Since we all got our realization and we really feel the music in our heart through the vibrations, and this is the language of the divine, that the vibrations flow us in our hands. Sometimes we feel on our chakras, sometimes we feel on top of the head, and it gives tremendous joy in the collective level in this time, which is the, we can say maybe this is such a we try to connect with the ether, we try to connect with this computer or with the little devices, but the amazing thing is we become one in the same pot. And this is a miracle, I can tell, this connection wherever we are. As you know, we call many different Sahajas from different countries, and sometimes of course local, but it's a beautiful beautiful joy to make each others to connect in one place in these little devices or big devices. And this is actually blessing of the ether element. So who is joining today? Today we are not going too far. Many of us, maybe you know definitely by voice, by personal, and also he also leads the meditation in different programs, and he's a very old another Sahaj yogi and who lives in Bay Area. His name is Karthik. Karthik, welcome. Good evening. You are mute. Yes.
Hello, everybody. It's such a pleasure to be here. Thank you, everybody. Special thanks to Senai Didi for inviting me.
This is our pleasure. Thank you for accepting our invitation, Karthik.
My pleasure
So,
too.
yeah, that's so nice, very nice. So, as I told Karthik before, introduce yourself, like giving more introduction about yourself. Let's start for the meditation, and then so again, I will hand over to you. Whenever you are ready, let's start for the meditation.
Sure. So let's gently open both our palms nicely on the lap. Close our eyes. Take some deep breaths.
Kartik, we cannot hear you.
Oh,
I think it's set up for the tabla better. So if you can come closer to the mic.
is it better now?
Not much.
Is it better now?
Not on my end, actually. I don't know if others.
No, I think Karthik, it is good. I think please check at your end also. It is much
Yeah,
louder.
because somebody else said the same thing on the chat.
No,
Yeah,
but I think it's not good.
now it's better. Now better. Yep.
Okay.
Thank
So,
you.
yeah, if we can't hear, it's okay. Just open both our hands nicely. Just relax. Close your eyes and take deep breaths. If you know how to take Bandhan, please go ahead and take Bandhan. If you're new or not aware, it's totally fine. Just relax and keep your eyes closed. In a very relaxed way, let's place our right hand on the lower portion of the tummy where we usually wear our belt. So this is the center which is called as Swadhisthana in Sanskrit language. So we can request this inner energy, which is also called as Kundalini in again the Sanskrit language. So we say, Mother Kundalini, can you please give me the pure knowledge? We use the word mother because this energy is nourishing and is loving, just like our own mothers. In fact, it's a perfect mother. And in the same way we address nature as Mother Nature, it's very appropriate to address this energy as Mother Kundalini. Mother Kundalini, please give me the pure knowledge. This knowledge is the knowledge about ourselves. Now let's move this right hand to the upper portion of the tummy, just below the rib cage. This is the energy center of which is called as the void or the Bhavasagra, and is usually expressed by many as the ocean of illusion. So in order to clear and establish this energy center, we can assert ourselves a little bit with confidence by saying, Mother Kundalini, I am my own master. Don't be hesitant or shy, because even if today or in the past you haven't had those qualities, this energy is capable of giving us those qualities. So say with full confidence, Mother Kundalini, I am my own master. Now let's slowly move the right hand to our heart, but on the left side. Here resides what is called as the spirit or the Atma in Sanskrit. It is nothing but the reflection of our pure self, or we can just call it our true self. Here we say, Mother Kundalini, I recognize that I am something more than my mind, something more than my emotions, something more than my physical body, something more than my thoughts, something more than my habits, something more than my past. I am, in fact, the pure spirit. You can say the short form, Mother Kundalini, I am the spirit, for quite a few times, but importance should be given to the confidence and the self-belief. If you doubt yourself and say 100 times, it won't work. But if you trust yourself and say it once, that's enough. Now slowly move this right hand towards the neck and shoulder area. Tilt your head slightly towards the right for a more comfortable grip. This energy center, which is our throat center, which is called as Vishuddhi in Sanskrit, is a very subtle and very important energy center. At this particular spot on the left side of our neck, in the chakra associated with that, we tend to accumulate feelings of guilt, remorse. These feelings of guilt are not productive. They don't help us realize the spirit, nor do they help us reach meditation, reach the state of meditation. In fact, as long as we are guilty, we will never fix our mistakes. So once again, using the innate power that's within us of confidence, we project to ourselves a sense of faith in ourselves and say, Mother Kundalini, for whatever mistakes I might have committed in the past, I am not guilty. You can say this as many times as you want, but it's important to just realize that this guilt is not something that is useful and something that's actually in our way. If we are very sincere, we should give up guilt.
Bhaiya, can you please move closer to the mic? We can't hear at all.
Let's place our right hand on the forehead. If you like me, are wearing glasses, you can remove it. Four fingers are on one side and thumb on the other side. Squeeze the forehead a little bit. This is also another energy center which is very, very subtle and could be a cause of trouble and a potential cause of many issues for some people. So here it is very important to say, Mother Kundalini, I forgive everybody. I also forgive myself. No need to remember anybody. No need to remember any incidents. This is a blank check that we give to the entire world. Mother Kundalini, I forgive everybody. I also forgive myself. Now let's place the right hand on the back of the head. Tilt your head slightly upwards. Here we can say, Mother Kundalini, if I have done any mistakes, knowingly or unknowingly, could you please forgive me? Now let's place our right hand on the very top of the head. Apply a little bit pressure with the palm of your hand and rotate on the scalp very slowly in a clockwise fashion for 7 times. Each time you rotate, each time you massage the top of your head, we say, Mother Kundalini, please give me my self-realization. So we do it together 7 times, very slowly, in a very relaxed fashion. Mother Kundalini, please give me my self-realization. Both hands back on the lap. Let's try to retain our attention on top of the head. It's also okay to periodically check what you're feeling on your palm. While we continue to meditate, I'll play some gentle music. Enjoy.
Wow, wow, wow.
Now slowly let's take our right hand few inches above the top of the head. Let's swap the hands. Let's try with the left hand as well. Few inches above the top of the head. Both hands back on the lap, and slowly, and whenever you're comfortable, slowly open your eyes.
That's wonderful, wonderful, Karthik. Your fingers talk through the tabla.
Thank you so much.
Amazing, amazing, beautiful vibrations, beautiful joy, and you put us into such a meditation. Honestly, personally, I felt so much. Beautiful,
Great to hear
Karthik.
that.
Thank you so much. Yeah, I believe we have so many friends who joined today. I'm sure they will also would like to say something to you, or they would like to express.
I just want to say, wow, Ustad, wow, awesome.
Thank you so much. Yeah, it's such a pleasure.
Wonderful, Karthik. Wonderful
Thank,
to hear.
thank
Yes.
you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Karthik. Very good. I love it. And I felt the vibration. Thank you so much.
Great, great to hear that.
This is just the
Excellent.
beginning. We want to hear more.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Excellent, Karthik.
Thank you so much.
Okay, so some of us are saying, Karthik, awesome, incredible performance, Karthik. Yeah, so
Thank you so much. So
yeah,
sweet. Thank you for all your kindness.
yeah, very nice. So Karthik, we love to hear from you. Well, first of all, can you please tell us where you are right now?
Yeah. So I'm in the Fremont Sahaja Yoga Meditation Center. So this is usually open every week during the non-COVID times. But for a long time, we haven't been open because of the situation and all online programs. But I'm hoping this year we'll hopefully get to meet in person soon.
So thank you, Karthik. I mean, personally, we didn't see our center since March. Almost it is 1 year, and thank you showing us at this little part for us. It's so nice. So Karthik, we love to hear your Sahaj journey. When did you start Sahaj Yoga? And what is your tips that you can give it to us for the new friends, new Sahaj Yogis, and that you are able to be in many years in Sahaj Yoga, especially, of course, how do you apply all principles of Sahaj Yoga in your life? We love to hear.
Absolutely. Yeah. So I started my this beautiful Sahaj journey um, in 2002. So I was doing my 12th grade back in India, and yeah, I mean, obviously, there was much to my parents wanted to for me to get better marks, which I wasn't at that time. So they were trying to see what can help me to concentrate better. So they, just before, right on the day before the exam, they said, "Oh, you know what? Let's make you learn meditation. Let's see if that helps you become better." So I learned, and literally on the very first day, I felt so much of like calmness settle into me, and needless to say, I like scored double what I usually score in my final exam, and I got into very good college, and eventually ended up being good in my studies and everything else. um, it all started when I like learned meditation, because otherwise my mind was like very active. But once after learning Sahaj Yoga meditation, I could experience that state of silence. And once you experience it, it's very easy to go back to it again. It's like it's a good kind of like, if you start eating healthy, you will eat healthy more often. So it's something like that. It's a positive cycle. Once you get into meditation, the more you enjoy, the more you will meditate. The more you meditate, more you will keep yourself in a state where you're ready to meditate. So that's how I learned meditation, and that's how I've been enjoying pretty much every day of my life for the last 16 odd years. It's nothing. The only thing that I want to say is, if you're relatively new, um, usually people think of meditation as something actually pretty stressful, contrary to what it is actually for. Like, many people think, oh, I have to do meditation, it's something like an achievement or something like that, but it's actually the opposite. Meditation is nothing but pure joy. If you have, like, imagine the happiest moment in your life, and meditation, without doing anything, that moment is your present moment. That is meditation. And the more you meditate, the more you enjoy, and the more you want to do meditation. And rest of your day, rest of your life is also pretty much um, a natural extension of that meditation. So you go through the day, but you don't go through that like you're fighting. You go through that like a knife, hot knife through butter. Problems come, but you go through it, and then you enjoy coming out of it. So that's my 2 cents. Yeah, I mean, meditation has, especially in this last couple of years, COVID time, it has been very, it's like oxygen for all of us. It's so much of joy, and I'm so happy to see all of you here.
Very nice. One of our friend, Karthik, thank you so much. But I have some questions for you. But before that, one of our friend, RT, New Sashugi, she says that that's very true. That's it. That is not about stress. It is to find own self confidence. Great explanation. And another new friend and another new yogi was telling is telling knife through butter. That analogy makes perfect sense. And another on Damini is saying, our friend Damini, very nice to see Karthik. Yeah. So Karthik, we always talk about being a witness in our life. Of course, we are getting witness state in our meditation. But how do you apply being a witness in your daily life? For example, you are working or some things, or some people they might disturb your attention, and how do you apply this through the meditation?
Yeah, it's a beautiful question. I had a music teacher once who was going through a very painful divorce. Like, he was having family issues and all that. So he came to learn meditation, and he asked me this exact same question. How is it possible that in this situation I can be calm? Because I'm full of turmoil. That was his exact question. And the answer is meditation is something like uh, you are like imagine you're traveling, but you're going to see like a beautiful place like Taj Mahal or a beautiful painting or whatever. So you're tired with all your traveling, but the moment you see something that beautiful, all your tiredness goes off, all your worries, all your tensions disappear, and for that moment, you are lost in the beauty of the painting or of the art. And the same way, right? So the life, throws its curveballs, all the tough things come, etc., etc. But when you meditate in the morning every day, your body naturally doesn't react as much to those external circumstances. And in the same way, you see those things, like those things hit you, but they don't hit you for days together. They hit you for, like, if initially if something bad happens and you used to react for days together, it'll shorten. You will react maybe for one day, and then after more meditation you will react maybe for 1 hour, and even more meditation you will like literally be able to see the reactions, and be able to not participate in it. So that is something that you should enjoy. That's only possible through meditation.
Wow, wow, beautiful, beautiful explanation, Karthik. Yeah, very nice.
Pleasure.
Thank you. So the key is the meditation, right? The
Yes.
regular meditation, which comes, of course, with the desire, right? Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. Very
Yeah.
nice, very nice. So how about the joy? Since I know you, you are always bubbling joy. And how do you get this joy, Karthik?
Yeah, so there is one saint who said, like he was asked the question, like, you're getting old. Do you want to die ever? And that gentleman said, you know what? When my life is full of these beautiful things, I'm seeing all the beauty that is surrounding me. uh, I feel that I can live forever. So similarly, this joy is because it is a very pleasant experience, and it makes your life and like everything surrounding you that much more like sweeter. So you enjoy everything around you a little bit better. And the company of other people who meditate also, the same Sahaj Yoga style, makes you go more into that state of joy.
Mhm. Wow, beautiful. So basically, through the meditation, we start to see the beauty in everything, right? And that is to give
Absolutely.
the absolute joy.
Yes.
Yeah, wonderful. Very
Yeah.
nice. Very nice. One more question. How about how do you use your vibratory awareness? Do you check all the time vibrations, or how does it come to you? Like when you get confused, what you do it? Do you really check vibrations? When do you need?
So yeah, again, this is something that is very personal to me. May not apply to everybody,
Mhm.
but for me, what I have found is when you are in a situation which is like you really need help, and you check vibrations, you get an accurate answer 100% of the time. Like you're confused, and it's just really a life decision. So you just open your eyes, and it's not that you're checking the vibration, it's more of you're just meditating on that. And the moment you meditate on that, instantaneously you will know what's the truth, whether it's like through vibration or just in your inner being. You just instinctively sometimes get to know the answer. So that is when you really need guidance, and it's like a crossroads kind of situation. For example, when I married, I actually sat down, and beyond my expectations, I felt vibrations. So I kind of knew that this was an important decision and this was the right decision. But there are also times when you ask for very trivial things, You may get answers sometimes, but sometimes you don't get a very clear answer. So in those cases, I feel, at least my personal opinion is, that the vibration says that you make the decision, you take the call. Don't If it's not clear, if the answer is confusing, then it is for you to take the call. And 100% of the time, again, if you like take the call, it'll be the right call. If you meditate on it and then take the call. Uh, so this is my personal experience about this subject.
Very nice. So then it means you are fully surrendering to vibrations that for your any decisions, for the important
Yes.
decisions, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
How do you surrender it?
Yeah.
Like the vibrations.
So when we ask a question, so usually what happens is, right, like if you really are honest with yourself, many times we want the thing to be in a certain way. So we want the answer to be in a certain way. Like when we ask, do I take this new job or whatever, subconsciously or like in a subtle way, your brain already wants an answer. So which means that you're not completely surrendered. So what this means is you want a certain outcome, and you're kind of gently telling yourself, oh, I wish this was happening. So that's not checking vibrations. So before we check vibrations, it's good practice to get into meditation, so that we get into a sense of like a neutral perspective. So it's good, it may be good if it happens, it may be good if it doesn't happen. So once you come to that state and then check, what I have seen is the vibration is accurate, and also you tend to have the strength to follow up. So you don't have a lot of confusion, it's very clear, and you say, okay, you know what, this is what I understand and this is what I'm going to do. That's how I have felt it personally.
Wonderful. So what it makes me to feel, I mean, of course, this is the absolute thing I would like to say, the surrender, the surrender state, it basically comes from uh, the faith towards your mother Kundalini and all pervading divine power. You are 100%, you are faith towards what you have within you, right? This
Yeah.
is the mother energy, and which connects with us, with the all-pervading divine power. So that communication comes through your hands or through your attention, and that is like basically the surrender, right?
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, and initially, if you're new, probably you don't have that level of faith, which is okay. All you need to do is to try it, like follow the guidance, whatever the vibration says, and you will find that it's very surprising that it's always right. So that gives us the ability to do it. The confidence builds over time, and eventually we reach a point where like this is it. So no confusion.
Wow, so nice, so nice. Then I will pause over here. Maybe some our new friends, they would like to ask some questions to you before we start the music. About that, we will ask for them. Does anyone have any question to Karthik, or would like to say?
Yes.
Please, yeah.
Yes. Hi, Karthik. Firstly, thank you so much for taking the time to speak with us. Quick question, Karthik. What does your daily meditation practice look like?
So I keep it as simple as I can. Just open both hands. I prefer to sit in front of the photograph of Sri Mataji because it emits a ton of positive vibrations. I also prefer to light a candle because the light element has it kind of clears the sixth chakra, which is the Agnya, which is responsible for all the thoughts. So I sit down, and usually I try not to get into anything like even affirmations and stuff. Usually just bandhan, and then sit down, and just with open, both palms open, I just ask this inner energy uh, to help to guide me as to what's happening within me. Usually it you can feel there is like a certain finger pricking, if you feel anything like that, then just quickly kind of put your hand there and say the affirmation. If it is strong, if it is light, then it's okay to kind of move past it and just go into a state of meditation. So you check the state. If everything is okay, jump into meditation as soon as possible. If something is not quite right, maybe it helps to sometimes work a little bit on it and then jump into meditation. So this is my usual practice.
Great. And for how long do you meditate?
So it totally depends on how much of like if I'm enjoying the state of meditation, it can go anywhere from 15 to 30 minutes. If I listen to some lecture of Sri Mataji, it can go even further. But if I'm not at all able to meditate, it might be pretty short. So I stop if I'm getting too much of thoughts, I'm not in a state of calmness. What I do is I put a break right there, go out or do something else, and then come back in a while. So I have found that is extremely effective. It kind of discards those thoughts which are just complicating you, and then you're able to meditate. So it's measured by how successful your meditation is. If you're just sitting for 1 hour, it doesn't make sense. It needs to be successful. Then even 2 minutes is awesome.
Very helpful. Thank you.
My pleasure.
Karthik, before we start, you start with the music. I just, your playing took me to the day you came to Portland.
Oh,
before
great.
even, Ritika was there.
That's so
would you
great.
allow me to share it how I met you? That was
Yes.
amazing. So
Yes.
one day I got this Facebook message on our Portland Sahaja Yoga Meditation website. And then it's, it was Karthik saying, I just found out there are, practicing yogis in Portland. And then 2 days after that, I got another message from, I think it was Amy from Texas. She was saying, oh, Karthik is coming. He's an amazing, amazing young boy, which we call as Yuva, right? So it was lovely. And I just was wondering, like, you weren't playing tabla at that time, right?
No.
Tabla wasn't there.
Yeah, so I learned a different kind
Tell
of
us a little bit. Yeah, I would love to learn when you started. I know it got really revamped in the Bay Area, but was there a little bit of seedling of it in India that you practiced?
Yeah, so I learned the other instrument in India called mridangam, which is you play it like this horizontally. So you play it on both sides. So I learned it in my childhood, and like everybody else, I kind of lost track of it. But when I came to Bay Area, all the yogis here were like so into music, and they said, "Oh, you know what? We need a good tabla player." So slowly motivated, I started going to classes here. Started learning from different teachers in Bay Area.
Wow. So you learned in the Bay Area. That's wonderful. Okay.
100% Bay Area grown.
Yes, perfect. Big hugs to Ritika. I remember the day she came also. That was wonderful. Yeah, the whole story of the marriage and the wife coming. Wonderful.
Very fond
Wonderful
memories.
to hear tonight. Yes, and also the baby. Yes, bye. I can't keep on talking, but I don't want to right now. I want to hear you play. Lovely. Thank you.
Karthik, I have one question.
Sure.
How did you pick up so fast? Tabla, it takes years and years. People practice 10 years and they're still like, okay, I'm still not confident learning. But you did it so quickly. What was the magic?
So this is something that, I really feel that it is owed to the meditation itself. So I mean, there was a seed planted when I was a kid. So my hand, like I could do a little bit. But every time I had a doubt, like I would ask whoever was teaching me, And if they are not able to explain, most likely these questions don't have answers. Like, how do you do this? How do you do that? And like asking your teacher, they won't answer directly, or sometimes they don't even know the answer. So I would come back and sit in front of the photograph of Shri Mataji and meditate, and I would ask the exact same question, like how should I play this, and how would it work? And it has always been the case that I would eventually get an answer, and not when I'm actually thinking or trying to find an answer, right? So I meditate, let go. Few days later, I will see something or hear something, or it'll just dawn on me that this is how it should be done. This has happened so many times that it's like I've gotten used to that process of
Wow.
learning.
That explains the principle of surrender and thoughtlessness. How, yeah, this is amazing. Beautiful. Thanks for sharing that.
My pleasure. My pleasure.
Do you want to play one more, Karthik?
Yeah, sure. Yeah. Yeah, let me.
Can you also explain maybe some beat or what this is?
So let me do this. First, so two sides of the tabla. This is called the baya, which is the bass. So this gives the bass sound, and this is the daya or dahina, which gives the the higher pitch sound. So the first thing is the tabla always needs to be tuned. So if you find a scale, so it's important that the tabla is tuned. So you can't be like, oh, it's low, so let me make it so high, or if it's very high, make it so low. It has to be in balance, just the way in meditation where you have to be in balance. You can't go to one extreme or the other. So same way, tabla, you need to get it in tune. And so there are very many kind of sounds that the tabla makes. There are some open sounds like, and then there are closed sounds, and then so these are sounds which, so there are open and closed sounds in tabla. And what we do usually for a tabla solo performance is we have a standard structure which is played by another instrument. So that's for timekeeping. So in this case, I have an app which plays it for me. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 1. So this is a 16 cycle of 16, and the whole music goes in the same pattern, and all the improvisation is done by the tabla. So I'll play some small snippets, and then we can see how much time we have, maybe 5 minutes or so, and then we'll see.
Awesome. Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Wow, Karthik, again your fingers talk through the tabla. Amazing, amazing. Of course,
Thank you so much.
we would like to hear from you, but I just want to tell what I felt. I really felt in my heart, like I felt like Shri Shiva in my heart, that as he's dancing. It's amazing. Like each time when you were beating each tabla, each part, and I really felt my heart is just opening as chakra. I mean, as pedal. But in the same time, I really felt Shri Shiva. But please tell us, tabla is representing which chakra?
Yeah, so the tabla represents the heart chakra, and so because the heart is the rhythm keeper of the body, if your heart goes out of rhythm, you have arrhythmia and all that. And same way, rhythm is represented by the heart chakra, and someone. So it actually makes sense that it could be connected to the deity of Sri Shiva, because he's supposedly the one who controls the spirit or the heart chakra as well. So it overall makes sense that uh, it would also be a representation or an adoration of that element within us.
Wow. Thank you, Karthik. So we have a little bit more time, but before I know that you may not able to read all the expression. There are some more. I would like to read for you. Very nice performance and great explanation, Baya. Beautiful vibrations and beautiful answers coming through you, Karthik, Baya.
Thank you.
And then beautiful experience shared and such sahaj and beautiful answers, so joyful.
Oh,
so these are
thank
the
you so
last
much.
ones. Maybe some of us would like to unmute themselves. They would like to say something before, just a little bit. We would like to hear from you more, Tabla, if it's okay, after the questions or after the
Sure.
experience. Yeah, please. Yeah, if anyone has to say anything to Karthik, please do it. Now your turn.
Hello, Karthik. Hi, this is Shelja here. I'm
Hey,
also from
nice to meet you.
Fremont, so we live in the same city.
Oh, great. Nice to meet you.
Yeah. Hope to, see you someday at the center.
Yes.
And really look forward to, listen in all physicality
Oh,
again.
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Thank you so
Hopefully
much for
this
such
year.
a beautiful, yeah, hopefully. Yeah, absolutely. Amen to that. Wanted to thank you for a beautiful experience and meditation. And I would especially add, like everybody else has also said, your answers were so simple and so, also very easy to understand. I think some of the questions that were asked today, I think they've always been in my head too. Like, how do you, how do you read your vibrations when you really want to get some answers? So very, you explained them in a very beautiful and very simple way also. So thank you so much for that.
Thank you so much. That's very kind of you.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Okay, maybe Karthik, would you like to play one?
I want to say something. I just want to say that Karthik
Okay.
is not just a great tabla player or a musician, but he's such a great, nice human person, being, like a very joyful person to be with, to talk to, and to be in the company of. He and his family, Ritika and his kid, they're all very wonderful and joyful people, and such a divine people. And really, Karthik conducts such a nice meditations in the Fremont Center. Is very active and answers questions very well for the seekers. It's beautiful. It's a asset for, and we are really blessed to have you here in the Bay Area.
Thank you so much, Bayaji. And I cannot forget your many kindnesses to our family. You have been amazing also. So I just
Thank you.
remembered
Thank you.
that there was one time, I just like not to kind of put any human, but generally the love of Sai Yogis is such that when you're in trouble, that immediately the first person to come and help you is the person who's meditating right next to you. Uh, that is one of the most beautiful things that we find such great people in Sahaj Yoga, and we just enjoy all together. That's the fun. That's the most beautiful part. Everything in life is much more beautiful with meditation.
Very
Yep.
well
We.
said. Very well said, Karthik. And that is actually that brings us to really joy of divine in one place, right? Yeah, absolute joy and absolute connection together with our hearts. And another thing is with the all-pervading divine power.
Absolutely.
So that is the ocean of love, really.
Yes.
It's really that we all feel. Okay, Karthik, I know it's just maybe a few more minutes if you can play for us before we
Sure.
say goodbye to each other. Thank you.
Yeah, I can play all night, but I think that should be a conclusion.
Thank you so much, Karthik. Thank
Thank
you. I
you.
mean, it's a really pleasure to have you, and it's always a kiss to see all the Sahajogis in this time since we are not able to see each other. So it is a great pleasure to have you, and you brought lots of joy and lots of vibrations. And thank you again. Really, thank you so much.
Thank you so much for all the kindness and all the love. Really enjoyed every moment of playing today. I'll be having a shine on me tomorrow for sure, with so much of joy.
Same with us. I mean personally, I always every after Tuesday night, I can't sleep so easily even if I do my foot soak. But because I'm full of joy with all the Sejugis, they bring the lots of joy and the vibrations, of course, with the attendance. Because we started, let's say, we started with the 39 yogis, new yogis, and who started earlier. So we called yogis, as you know, and that, can you imagine everyone's joy? I believe, of course, everyone's expression, everyone is love, everyone's vibrations are there in the same place, and that brings lots of joy. I really feel that's why we always feel vibrations.
Yeah.
So that makes me full of like I sleep around 1 o'clock every Tuesday. But I wake up quickly also. I mean, of course, this is brings us in the center, because there is no any pause, or there is no any future thoughts. So thank you so much. And yeah, and we will have you another time, I believe, Karthik. So I know it is each time is not enough with the yogis attendance. And yeah, please come again. I will try to reach you for another program.
Sure thing.
Uh-huh. Yes. Okay. Have a good night to you all. Lots of love
Thank
to you
you.
all.
Thank you all.
Yeah, please go ahead, Karthik. You were telling something.
Oh, I just said thank you.
Okay, okay. Okay, Karthik. Yeah. Have a good night to my dear friends, and thank you for joining tonight. And I hope you all enjoyed and you all had the vibrations. And lots of love to you all. And next week on Tuesday, again, we will have another friend, another Sahaja friend who is coming for our program. And if you can, please join us again. But please remember, tomorrow again there is the collective meditation at the same time with the